Hey everyone, Jacob here, in my childhood bedroom where I've spent most of my quarantine. Now, I've had to get a little bit creative in order to entertain myself during these times, and that got me thinking about you. What are you all doing during this time to keep yourself sane and keep your brain going? Are you out of ideas yet? Because if you are, I've got a few more. Here's a little bit into how I spent my days. Alright everyone, so there you have it. A normal-ish day in quarantine. I hope it brought a smile to your face, and I hope you know that even though we might not be able to see you right now, we'll always be here for you. Peace!
Hello everyone! Welcome to Fireside Worship by the fire that doesn't exist, and we're actually by the water, so it's even better, because water is better than fire. Everybody knows that. I have Isaac with me this week.
Hey guys.
He's going to play the cone, and it'll be fun. So let's worship some.
right. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Drew. I'm the youth pastor at WayPoint, and just have a real quick message I want to share with you guys about hope. Okay, now we've all been kind of experiencing this COVID-19 thing together, and I think we all agree that this isn't an ideal situation, right? I don't know too many people that are like, oh yeah, this is great. I know there's like a lot of memes about introverts that are kind of like into it, and I kind of understand that. But reality is that most of us want this to be over, right? When we wake up in the morning, we kind of look at our situation, and even those of us that are more optimistic about it, we still are like, I can't wait until this is over. I see some people posting things like, man, when this is over, I'm going to go do this. Back to the topic at hand, hope. Why do I want to talk about hope? Because as we're in this crisis, we are looking to the future. We're waking up, we're going through our daily lives, looking to when the crisis is over. We cannot wait until this is over and we can go hang out with our friends again, right? We can't wait till this is over till we can go to like concerts and things. So I had a message that I wanted to share, and that is that something that we have in common, that people right now waiting for the COVID-19 restrictions to be over, or sort of like Christians looking to the future, right? Now, as Christians, we are called to live for our eternity with Christ, okay? We believe that there is a time coming when all the trials of this life will be over and we will be with God for all eternity, okay? And the Bible tells us that we should look forward to that, but not at the expense of the life we live now. So there's two ways that I want to look at this in relation to the COVID-19 crisis. Number one is that you can't suspend your life now simply because something better is coming in the future. So that future that we are putting our hope in is really good, okay? And we should look forward to the day that this crisis is over and those restrictions are gone. However, that doesn't mean that we should stop living our lives now. You might say, well, Drew, how do I live my life now? I can't do anything. I can't leave my house. I'm stuck with my family. I've played all the games on my Xbox. I've played all the computer games that I have. What am I supposed to do now? There are ways that you can still improve your life. In fact, some of you, I hope, by tuning into this the thing that we're putting on online here, that's something that you can do. You can join the Zoom small groups and kind of talk to some other people. But to just sit in hopelessness and act like everything is over until this is over would be a mistake. It'd be a waste of life. Now, there's two sides to this coin, okay? The other side is the people that are a little bit too into what's going on right now, okay? And there's an equivalent to that eternal perspective. There might be people who kind of just get used to things being the way they are, homebodies, people that don't want to leave their home. They're like, I like this, I don't want to go anywhere. Or maybe you get used to just seeing the same three people every day. And maybe when this is over, you're not even going to know, like it's going to be like social anxiety. You're not even going to know how to interact with people. But wouldn't that be silly for somebody in the midst of this COVID-19 thing to be like, you know what? I'm not worried about when it's all over. I like this right now, and I don't want it to change. In fact, I don't think it's going to change. I mean, wouldn't that be kind of dumb for somebody to live their life under all these COVID-19 restrictions as if this is all there is, just totally forgetting about what's in the future? I think we as Christians do that all the time. I think we get totally hung up on this life to the point that when we think about a future with God, we don't really know what to hope for. We don't really know what we're looking forward to. Okay, this is Romans chapter 8, verses 18. It says, "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. For the creation waits in eager longing for the revealing of the sons of God." Okay. It says the creation waits with eager longing. Okay, doesn't that kind of feel like where we are right now? Even if you find ways to pass your time from day to day, you're kind of like, this isn't really it though. This isn't really my life. I can have fun now. I can make the most of it. But this isn't really it until the time comes when these restrictions are lifted and I can go see my friends again. Down in verse 24 it says, "For in this hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope, for who hopes for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it in patience." Okay? So, to recap, you and me in this COVID-19 crisis should absolutely be looking towards the future when this restriction lifts, and that gives us hope, right? Whatever it is about your present situation that you don't like, there is hope that the trial will end. There is hope. Now, What have you put your hope in? Okay, if you've put your hope in the end of the COVID-19 crisis, that day will come. It might come soon. It might not come for a while, but that day will come. And likewise, as Christians, we have our hope in Christ. We look to the future when all pain and suffering will end. Now, I said before that there's two sides to this coin, right, guys? So the one side is don't sit around and wait. Do make the best of it. So don't waste your time. You have an opportunity before you to do something awesome, to make the most out of a situation that is not ideal. And then the other side of it is don't forget what's to come, and do look forward to that day coming. Okay, so just to recap, that's two perspectives. One, in do's and don'ts. Number one, don't forget what is to come, and do look forward to what is coming. Okay, so don't forget what's to come. So while you're waiting for COVID-19 to be over, for coronavirus to be over, don't forget that it's going to be over. Okay, so don't forget that. All right, don't forget that, and you should constantly be looking forward to that. And on the flip side of that, don't just sit around and wait for it to come and not do anything with the time that you have. Do make the best of the time that you have. Okay, that's all I've got for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this program. I hope that you are able to take advantage of the Zoom small groups that we're trying to put on. Guys, we are trying our very best to make this work. We're getting better at it, okay? This is week 3 of doing Zoom small groups. If you haven't checked in yet, we want to keep this safe. The internet's a dangerous place. We want to keep this safe for everybody. So if you haven't checked in yet, I'm asking you to go to 517.com and check in. We want people to check in before 5:30 on youth group nights to make sure everything is all situated. But if you're checking in late right now, I promise I'll do my best to get you in so you can hang out. Now, each Zoom small group is kind of taking on a little bit of their own life. Some of you guys, your group's a little bit more game oriented. You guys are doing some online games together and stuff like that. The others of you are getting more in depth and asking some really, really good questions. So I want you to take full advantage of that and reconnect with some of your friends and your small group leaders and make the most of it. Thanks for watching this episode of WayPoint Youth, and we look forward to coming to you next week. And even more so, we look forward to getting back together in person again. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.